Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean from SeanKBeauty, and this is Sean K's Beauty Bar, where we grab from the bar and discuss all things beauty. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I feature Sean K's Beauty Bar at 7 p.m. What it is your questions that are in the comment section. I actually grab them at random and feature them here on this channel. I bring my scientific knowledge to your questions, or I will do makeup tutorials, tips, tricks, and hacks, what's trending in beauty, and I also do some home improvement, turning your space into a beauty space. All right, so let's jump into this question because it's all about facial soaps and African black soap notably. And this question came from one of my subscribers, Matthew, who asked if I can cover in depth facial soaps as well as African black soap. So if this is something you're interested in, just keep watching. So before we jump into the 4 soaps that I'm going to talk about, including African black soap, I only thought it necessary to give you the basic definition of saponification, the process in which soap is made. Some of those ingredients in its basic format include alcohol, heat, a fat or an oil, as well as an alkali solution. So let's get into traditional black soap and what it is typically made from. And this is a soap that is typically made in Africa from ashes of plantain skins, cocoa pods, water is mixed in, and some people use shea butter. They'll also use palm oil. They also burn palm leaves. So all of this makes your black soap traditionally. Of course, other additives are placed in different versions of black soap because though it says African black soap, it's not all made in Africa. In fact, there is black soap that is made in China. Now, I have nothing against the Chinese. However, they've been known to make products not under the most ideal circumstances as far as a clean manufacturing plant, a clean apartment, if that's what they're doing it in. There's been many videos here on YouTube that actually shows, the not so ideal conditions in which black soap or any products are being made when they're being made in China. So that's just something to take into consideration, guys, because there is a site that actually is called Made in China that has a slew of black soap versions. So again, be very, very careful when choosing black soap if this is what you're going to opt for. Now, this is not a soap that I go towards because I'm not a black soap user. I'm not a facial soap user, but there are those that want to experiment with using facial soaps. Here's the thing. Black soap can be very drying. And the reason why I'm assuming it's very drying is because we're using alkali solutions. Anytime soap becomes alkaline, you're taking the microbiomes on your face into a drying phase. Our acidic mantle by nature is 5.5 for a woman and 5.8 for a man. So the key is to stay between products that are a 4 or a 4.5 to a 6. That's going to keep the microbiomes working at homeostasis. When you go too acidic or you go too alkaline in products, you're going to, in the acidic realm, end up with acne and oily skin. But if you go all the way into alkaline world, you're going to end up with dryness, eczema, psoriasis, irritation of the skin because of the dryness, flakiness. So that's a clear sign that the product that you're using is too alkaline, which black soap tends to be. Now, I know there's huge claims about Shea Moisture and their formulation as well. I'm not here to destroy any brand, but their claims, because Shea Moisture is one of those African black soaps that are sold globally, most customers have experienced the dryness. And that's because there is the alkali solution in that soap. In fact, that soap also contains, and most facial soaps do, sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, which we know it as lye. So sodium hydroxide is a huge ingredient that you'll find often in hair relaxers. Right? Sodium hydroxide will burn the skin. It's also a carcinogen if inhaled, and cause respiratory issues. You'll notice, like, when you use any perms or hair relaxers with sodium hydroxide and it's left on the skin, you start to feel the burning. That is because of that ingredient. The skin will start to blister and flake up. Now, why are they using it in soap? That's a good question. But most manufacturers use it in soap because it helps to soften soap. So Dove, actually, the Dove Sensitive, they use lye in their soaps. Shea Moisture actually use lye in their soaps. So I'm just giving you facts. Again, this information is for you to make the best informed decision so that when you're purchasing your facial soap, you actually know why you're going to get it and what you're getting when you get it. So the next question is, why would people then use facial soaps? Well, here's 3 reasons. 1, it's environmentally friendly. You don't have to have landfills and overflow from wasteful bottles or plastics. Another thing is it's convenient. You can throw it into your bag and go through TSA if you're traveling, and you don't have to worry about it spilling in your bag or anything like that. And the next reason is because it's cost effective. It's cheaper than your traditional facial cleansers. So for me, I use the Estee Lauder facial cleanser from the Super Pomegranate line, and that's pretty pricey. But to get a soap that typically starts at a facial soap that can start as low as $2.99, most people would love to opt for a facial soap as opposed to a facial cleanser. So that's 3 reasons why consumers would more than likely lean towards going for a facial soap as opposed to going after a facial cleanser. So here are 3 other soaps that I really want to recommend to you all to try if that's what you're going after. Okay, so this is Cetaphil, one of those notable brands that we do hear a lot of people talk about here on YouTube, or maybe your next door neighbor uses a Cetaphil facial cleanser or soap. This is for sensitive skin, and it contains stearic acid, which is a naturally occurring amino acid. And what that does is really help the oily skin types to really have the satisfaction of less oily skin because it makes oil less soluble. So that being said, when it mixes with water, it's going to rinse all of that oil off of your skin. So that's why a lot of people would love to use the soap. It's right at $7.99 for a 3-pack, so not expensive. Again, another reason why most people opt for a soap over a facial cleanser is because of the price point and the convenience of it. So that is Cetaphil. If you have sensitive skin and you're on the oily side, this may be one of those soaps you would want to check out if you're looking for something for your skin. However, if you do have acne, I would say go after an antibacterial soap because this is not that. All right, let's move on to soap number 2. Okay, beautiful friends, let's talk about soap number 2. Soap number 2 is by Shea Moisture, and this is the African black soap that everybody sees on every counter in a Target or a Walmart. Shea Moisture is a global brand. Now, this soap does contain sodium hydroxide. Remember, I mentioned that lye is one of those ingredients that manufacturers would use because it actually softens soap. Not because it's good for your skin, but because it actually softens the soap. Because African black soap, the traditional one, is very coarse in nature and can be very abrasive on the skin, most manufacturers that are doing black soap would put lye in there so that you can experience the luxuriousness of the feel of the soap, if that makes sense. So let's talk about the ingredients in African black soap and what have people claimed that it does. Because again, this is just one of those soaps that everybody is talking about. So the claims for black soap is this: it gets rid of hyperpigmentation, it controls acne, it gets rid of unevenness of skin, wrinkles, it minimizes pores, it gets rid of the oils from off of the skin if you're an oily skin type. So these are some of the huge claims for African black soap. This one in particular, folks have said it got rid of their psoriasis and eczema, which again, I'm not really sure, because there's other people that said that it caused it or it made them more dry. It irritated their skin. So it's 50-50, and we don't know if those people that claimed that it was the African black soap aren't using other products that may be contributing to getting rid of the psoriasis and eczema and are defaulting to it being the black soap. Just because this is an alkaline product, I don't see where this can get rid of psoriasis, but again, I'm not in the lab to run tests, but anything that is alkaline is going to lead to extremely dry skin. It's going to lead to psoriasis and eczema. So that's my tidbit there. It'll be interesting to see if those people that claim that are not taking some sort of medication or using products that actually help with psoriasis and eczema. Here are some of the ingredients in African black soap under Shea Moisture that really parallels that of your traditional black soap that is made in Africa. And that is tamarind, plant peel, tar, palm oil, there's vitamin E and oats. So really great ingredients are in this African black soap. However, there are some ingredients that are not so ideal as well. So if you're sensitive, the recommendation is to go after something that is less abrasive, because this one tends to be. And also, if you're one who is totally against fragrance, there is 100 essential oils in this soap that lends to the fragrance. So maybe going after a fragrance-free soap is going to be your best bet. However, this soap claims, and there has been those that say that has gotten rid of their psoriasis and their eczema. Now, there's a video on here where a lady actually talks about the African black soap from Africa versus the Shea Moisture. And what happened was the Shea Moisture African black soap had her face more dry than the traditional African black soap. And I have to wonder if that is because of the lye that is in the Shea Moisture African black soap. Okay, so this next soap is the Ethique Face Cleansing Bar. And this is right at $18.99. Not the cheapest soap, but has a lot of really good benefits that most people claim. It actually does what it says. It's cruelty-free. It is also 100% soap-free, contains kaolin clay, cocoa butter, as well as vegetable glycerin. So if you have dry skin, this is going to be one of those soaps that you want to look at. I know Linda, who is my dear friend here on YouTube, as well as a subscriber, asked me to do some products for dry skin types. And Linda, this may be one of those soaps you want to look into. However, I would say before you do that, Linda, make sure that you do get a pH strip that I mentioned in previous videos. If you go to CVS and you get the pH strips, definitely do your own in-home testing to see if this soap is not alkaline. If it starts to show that it's on the 8 to 14 side, Linda, then I would say stay away from this soap. But this is one that they highly recommend for dry skin types. And you can use this also as a makeup remover if you need to. And if you have sensitive skin, Ethique Face Cleansing Bar has been highly recommended. Now, let me put this disclaimer out there, and I'm going to say it again. I don't use facial soaps. That's just my personal preference. So I have not used this soap, but this was one that was highly rated. Ethique, the Shea Moisture, as well as the Cetaphil soap. So if you guys have any other questions, definitely leave it in the comments below. I will feature it on my next video. I'm looking so forward to hearing from you all. If you have experience with a facial soap that you really love, do leave that down below. I think that would be great for us in the community to know what that soap is and how it works for you. It may be something that will help somebody else who wants to experience the facial soap. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Ciao for now.